Hello, I'm Switch.
And I'm old. Well, hey, you've got a bulb just like mine.
No, actually, it's very different than yours.
Inconceivable, I say!
No, really, this is a high-efficiency fluorescent.
Oh, look at me. I save money.
It's called a T5, and it's 3 to 4 times more efficient.
Well, I'm 3 to 4 times bigger than you.
It's also safer. Watch.
Oh, yeah? All right, well, watch me.
As I mentioned earlier, my name is Lou Evans, and I'm with Commonwealth Energy Group. I'm going to do a short presentation here on the benefits of a lighting retrofit. We heard a lot of great stuff here today. Kevin talking about HVAC and building envelope. Scott earlier talked about lighting upgrades, and lighting upgrades, we like to call it the low-hanging fruit. It is probably the most effective way to get return on investment than any other way in the retrofit market. In the 1970s, we had an energy crisis. As you heard Dr. Ghosh talk earlier this morning, it was caused by our reliance on foreign oil. And it triggered a nationwide movement that advocated energy conservation and alternative energy sources. And our government, not our government, but America, answer to conserving energy in the 1970s was the little orange sticker. We all remember those stickers, especially in school. I personally went to a Catholic school, so the Catholic way to conserve energy was they told us we were going to go to hell if we didn't shut the lights off. So that was the answer in the 1970s to conserving. And I think that worked probably as well as the Just Say No to Drugs campaign. That worked really well. Why talk about lighting? Well, A, it's the business that I'm in. But B, when you consider how to start conserving, if you take a look above your head, the lights up there can account for as much as 60% of the electricity usage in your facility. You know, as Dr. Ghosh talked about us this morning, and I'm going to talk a little bit more on a commercial industrial level, that changing one light bulb can create a world of difference. Lighting 101, and in a quick talk about, I'm not going to get real technical, but the way that we mainly measure lighting is through foot candles. The reason for that, you'll see in the next couple slides why I want to tell you what a foot candle is. A foot candle is defined as the amount of illumination inside surface of a 1 foot radius sphere. And a watt is a rate at which work is done when an object is moved at a speed of 1 meter per second against a force of 1 Newton, which really, you don't have to know that. So I'm going to talk about some basic office lighting. Obviously, everyone has lighting in their office, and this is some real basic ideas and some basic ideas that generate some pretty significant savings. This is the old technology. And 20 years ago, this was the latest and greatest, newest thing. 4-lamp T12 fluorescent technology. Consumes up to 192 watts of power and gives a foot candle reading of about 140 foot candles. So if we talk here, one 4-lamp T12 fixture working 10 hours a day, 5 days a week is going to cost you an average of $52 a year to operate. And that's one. The newer TA technology. TA technology has been around a long time, and combining the TA technology with a 94% reflective material and the facets bent into the metal will now make the appearance of a 4-lamp fixture with 2. So now we use 2 light bulbs and this silver bent material that when you look at the light fixture, you would think that there's 4 lamps in there. So you're going from, now we're going down to 56 watts of power at the same amount of foot candles. And it's a newer light, it's a crisper, cleaner light. It's more, the color is more towards 12 noon daylight. So it gives you the actual appearance of much better light. Even though the foot candles are the same, the math is the same. It saves you a lot of money. The light looks cleaner and crisper, which we believe can provide a lot of benefits for a lot of different reasons. So that same fixture from $52 a year to operate, now you're down to $15 a year. And the one thing about the lighting in the lighting retrofit, and Scott Byers talked about it earlier, really the math doesn't lie. It just doesn't lie. The calculations work out. However, we have and we'll talk about warehouses in a few minutes, but 50 to 59% reduction in lighting, not the overall electric bill. But in the most part, in a commercial building, 60% of the building is the lighting. The other 40% is HVAC and computers. Here's a typical energy analysis. And this is using old 4-lamp T12 fixtures and new T8 fixtures with reflectors. As you can see, the wattage goes from 157,248 kilowatt hours to 45,864. We based it on 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, at an average blended rate of about 0.93 cents per kilowatt hour. So for those 225 fixtures, it's costing around $1,200 a month to operate them. If you use the same fixtures, if you use the same fixtures, you get the same result. If you use the different fixtures, with the two T8 lamps and the reflector, you're now saving around 71%. So you go from $14,000 a year to $4,000 a year. That's a pretty good return on investment. I'm going to talk a little bit now about basic warehouse lighting. This is what probably hangs in 95% of America, in whether it's Home Depot or Lowe's or any private warehouse. You'll see these. These were the latest and greatest 20 years ago, 25 years ago. They threw a lot of light. And you've all heard these lights too. They say that electricity is silent. Well, these lights are not silent. You walk into the warehouse, you've heard the hum, you've heard the buzz. This is called a 400-watt metal halide, which uses 468 watts of power. And an average reading, an average foot candle reading is about 18 with a 400-watt metal halide. And that's a measurement taken at about eye level. So one 400-watt metal halide fixture that works 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, costs $127 a year to operate.